he made them his friend. But he's a really awesome guy. He's stepping out today for his first travel to the church, Dennis Brinson. All right, now.
Hallelujah. How's everybody feeling this afternoon?
Good.
Glad.
You can't see me. You want to come on? I'm going to take the shoes off.
All week long, the Spirit's been with me all week long on this one subject that we're going to be teaching about today. If I get everyone to go to the book of Jonah. I get my reader to read. We're going to be reading Jonah 1 through 5.
Say Jonah.
The Lord gave this message to Jonah, son of Amittai. Get up and go to the great city of Nineveh. Announce my judgment against it, because I have seen how wicked its people are. But Jonah got up and went in the opposite direction to get away from the Lord. He went down to the port of Joppa, where he found a ship leaving for Tarshish. He bought a ticket and went on board, hoping to escape from the Lord by sailing to Tarshish. But the Lord hurled a powerful wind over the sea, causing a violent storm that threatened to break the ship apart. Fearing for their lives, the desperate sailors shouted to their gods for help and threw the cargo overboard to lighten the ship. For all the time, Jonah was sound asleep down in the hold. So the captain went down after him. How can you sleep at a time like this? He shouted. Get up and pray to your God. Maybe he will pay attention to us and spare our lives.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, we're going to title this, if I had to put a title to it, is How Can You Sleep in the Storm? You know, God has sent the word to Jonah to get up, arise, and go. But if we all pay attention to John 1:1, it says in the beginning, the word was in God, and God was the word. But Jonah didn't want to hear the word. Jonah wanted to do what he wanted to do. And besides, when he started doing that, he created something that became a storm. Well, and this storm we're going to talk about is a spiritual storm and a physical storm. So we both go out all these days, everyone, including myself. Sometimes we go and do things that our inside man wants to do, but our outside man don't want to do.
Amen.
Well, sometimes when we do that, we stir up what you call an inner storm. And that inner storm begins, things start to happen that you can't explain. Things start going in the way you don't want it to go. But in order to come through this storm, you must do two things. I heard Jonah, if I go a little bit farther, I heard Jonah in the belly of the whale as he had sat down in there for 3 days. Now I began to wonder if I could use my imagination for a minute. I can hear Jonah right now. Lord, have mercy. Lord, have mercy on me. I didn't know what I was doing at that time, but I should have obeyed you right then. But I didn't know what I was doing. But now, Lord, I understand what I did. But if you forgive me and give me a second chance, I'll go and do what you told me to do from the get-go. But Jonah got up out of the well, and the well put him out on dry land. And when you got up on dry land, it's funny how God do you sometimes. When you come out of the storm, you won't be too far from what God had told you to go in the first place. Well, if I can go to a couple things and give you a biblical explanation about what goes on. Not only Jonah had to go through a storm, Noah had to go through a storm as well.
Amen.
Abraham had to go through a storm too. Not only Abraham, but Moses and David had to go through a storm. Now, I won't be here very long, but I'm going to tell you a little thing about this storm. This storm sometimes blow winds mighty hard. And then a thing about that, once you begin to go through the storm, you disrupt things that goes on around you. Your friends sometimes don't want to be bothered with you. Mm-hmm. Your family sometimes want to tell lies on you. Mm-hmm. Well, but things don't go the way you wanted to go because you're in that storm. But I'm here to tell you today, the answer to get out of the storm is to go on your knees and ask God, have mercy on me. Because if I would have answered to your call when you said it the first time, I wouldn't have had to go through this right now. And James 1 and 22 said, but be ye doers of the word, not hearers only, deceiving your own self. Well, when God called you and hear the word, you must obey that word. Yes. If he say, go down to the city of Nineveh and tell the king if they don't stop doing and sinning, I'm going to destroy that city. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you look around and say, well, Father, it looks kind of rough down there. I might want to do a U-turn. Well, but I'm here today to tell you, when God say go, you got to move. Yes. Mother Boy sang that song, move, mountain, move. Yes. When God call you, you got to move. But it's something about when you're moving, sometimes you get a running in your feet. Sometimes you get a fire in your belly. But when you get ready to move, Lord's going to make you move. And then when you get there, you don't have to worry about talking because he's going to be the one that's talking. Yes. You don't have to worry about what people are saying because he's going to control all of that. Yes. But right now, the storm is brewing and I feel like somebody here, I got a feeling in my legs right now. Well, the storm is coming out and going down into the bottom. Well, what you mean by the bottom? Well, if you remember that Jonah couldn't swim, because if he could swim, he would have got out the boat himself. But that didn't happen. The captain said, well, Jonah said, what, if you want peace on your ship, you got to throw me overboard. But that's another sign that Jonah didn't want to go. Because if he wanted to go, he would have got out himself. Am I right about it? I said, am I right about it? Amen. Well, Jonah had to get thrown overboard. And I can imagine himself when he got thrown overboard. As he was going over, I can hear old Jonah say, what have I done? What have I done? Well, you had to throw me overboard. Well, I believe as I read on a little bit farther, but God has something already prepared for Jonah. As he began to get out of the boat, and there was a big old well down at the bottom, because God's going to put you in this unfamiliar position. Because when you don't want to do what he say, he's going to put you somewhere that he can get to you and hold on to you. Because he's going to make you understand what you got to do when he say do. Yes. See, Jonah stayed down in the belly of the well for 3 days. And I tell you this, sometimes we wonder why we can't get out of a storm. Because God holding on to you because you need to learn something. It's something that you missed before you decide not to go your own way. Yes. Because God said, in my word you shall abide. Am I right about it? Amen. Well, I won't be here very long, but I'm just here to come to tell you the storm is almost over. Yes. Now if I can get everyone to stand up on your feet and look to your neighbor and say, neighbor, I don't know about you, but my storm is almost over. Yes, it is. And I'm going to go ahead and close down anyhow. But Lord, Have mercy on me. Yes, Lord. I say, Lord, have mercy on me. Come on, children, say, Lord, have mercy on me. Yes, Lord, I want to say thank you for everything that you've done for me, Father. Thank you for keeping me all these years. And I shall obey your word. All right, I want to say thank you for everyone for allowing me to get up and identify myself. Yes, sir. And I'm coming down to my closing. Did anybody enjoy the word?
Yes.
I said, did anybody enjoy the word? Yes. Well, right now, I'm going to pass it over to the overseer and the pastor, Apostle Moore and Mother Moore for the final remarks.